Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. We have a very special video today. As this will be uploaded, it will officially be 1 year since I had my big channel rejuvenation. So essentially it's been 1 year of my YouTube channel, which is insane, really. So I thought we'd have a bit of a chat about like how things have grown since then, how things are going, where I want things to go from here. But to make it a bit more interesting so I'm not just like sitting talking at the camera, I thought we'd also do a cosplay get ready with me, because I've been wanting to cosplay Cherry again for quite some time, but he's a difficult character to think of video ideas to be doing for him, so I haven't really had the opportunity yet, but I definitely want to do some like Joe and Cherry content in the future. So yeah, let's get into Cherry cosplay, have a little chat. And I also did ask for some Q&A questions on YouTube and on Instagram, and I wasn't expecting to get too many, and I didn't get too many. We've got 3 to answer. So we'll also be answering those while we're here. First things first for cosplay, wig cap. Which these things always smell so much like plastic. So let me give a little bit of context for those who maybe are new here or aren't familiar with like the backstory of my channel. Attractive. So originally, this channel has existed since I was 14. I am now 19. And for many years, this channel was a booktube channel. So I did book reviews, I made silly book content with a very crappy camera that liked to unfocus, and I did that for many years. And then as I was graduating school, I still wanted to continue with the ultimate goal, which is I really want to be an author. I'm working on a book. I also am really passionate about cosplay and making history videos, so I kind of rolled all the interests into one, knowing that it would make for like a very like kind of messy channel, but I don't really care. So as I was finishing school, I decided that I was gonna like rebrand the whole channel. I changed the name, changed the content I was making, put all the old videos in private, but I didn't want to start from scratch because I didn't want to lose the 300 subscribers that I had at the time. I did this whole big rebrand that I had been planning for months at that point. And the content that I'm making now varies a little bit from what I'd originally planned. I definitely plan to be making more writing content than I am, but I've more made it so that's being kept over on my writing Instagram, because the writing vlogs and some of the writing content I was making wasn't getting too many views. And I don't want to be someone who's largely like swayed by what gets viewed. But the thing is, you kind of have to. I like the fact that I can put out a video and, you know, people see it. I have kind of learnt to cater more to what's more popular, which is sometimes surprising what's popular. And the series on my channel that I've made that I never thought would get as much popularity or attention as it did was my History of Asexuality series, which I made partially out of like personal interest. Mainly it was a topic I wanted to learn about, and had a lot of, I like saved a lot of websites and things like that that had information on it. You can just see my hand going in the corner. And I didn't think anyone else would be, really. Especially, I more wanted to make it just for that first video I did, which was, could we interpret the virgin goddesses as ace arrow? Because that topic really interests me. My channel is named after one of the virgin goddesses. So I'm definitely making a lot more like cosplay focused content than I ever thought, but honestly I am enjoying it. I think the cosplay videos sometimes are just a lot of work. You gotta keep in mind with my channel, as mentioned, I'm also working on a book, which sometimes does get neglected because of YouTube videos. I also work 2 full days a week and 2 half days. I have a job. This channel earns me no money. None of the work I do outside of my paid work earns me money. I remember when I was making the goals for like what I wanted to get out of the channel rebrand, I wanted to hit 1,000 subscribers within the first year, which I knew was pretty unreasonable, but I still set the goal anyway. So in terms of subscriber count now, I'm actually not too disappointed with it. I think it's pretty hard to get like a following on any social media at the moment, really. Especially Instagram. Don't get me started on whatever is going on with Instagram. But looking at how many subscribers I've gotten since I've started, I've essentially doubled the amount of subscribers I have. We're currently sitting at about 650 subscribers, and I know in the grand scheme of things, that ain't many. But still, I've doubled the amount that I originally have, more so at the moment actually. So I can't complain really, I can't be upset with that. When I first started making videos again, I was averaging about, I usually got about 20 views on average for a video. Now it probably averages between like 60 to 100, depending on the type of content I'm making. So that is a big old leap. One of the very interesting things about having a very small channel is I see every comment. Like, I see them all. It's not like a bigger YouTuber who gets 2,000 comments and doesn't have time to sit through them all. I see everything. It also means that I see a lot of the weirder comments, including the weird guys who just leave pickup lines in the comments. But overall, on social media, I've had a pretty positive experience, which is surprising. Especially, like, I cosplay from Doki Doki Literature Club. So naturally, I expected to post a video including my Monica cosplay and instantly get comments to tell me to go kill myself or whatever. But especially with TikTok can be very, very nasty. And I've ended up mostly on a very positive side of TikTok, which I'm very relieved about. I've also had some very positive experiences this year with cosplaying in person. A goal I want to set for next year is to get better at vlogging in public, because then I can really increase the range of content that I can make. Especially, I really want to be able to do con vlogs, but I just get too nervous. But I cosplayed Cherry for Comic-Con, and that was very nice. It was my first Comic-Con actually, and it's literally just Supernova 2.0. But there's always so many nice people when you're cosplaying in person, and I'd really like to be able to do more in-person cosplay opportunities. So that's a goal for the new year for me. This is very much a rambly video. I didn't think about how difficult it is to do makeup and talk coherently about a serious subject. Let's talk about the makeup for a minute, because I want to show you guys how I do cosplay eyebrows. Because if there's one thing I've improved upon with my cosplay, it's the eyebrows. But with characters who have unnatural hair colors, say I have to make my eyebrows blue, green, or in this case pink, basically what you're doing is you're going over your eyebrow color with eyeshadow in the matching color. For someone like me, I have not extremely dark eyebrows, but pretty dark eyebrows. So originally when you kind of put a color on, a lot of times you can't see it. And so the kind of only option I knew that was available was to block eyebrows with glue and powder and concealer. The few times I did attempt that, it's such a mess, it was real bad. Now I introduce you to this thing, which has saved my life. This is from NYX, it's one of the jumbo eye pencils. Let me do a beauty thing. Wow, I have no idea if that's focused or not. And it's one of the white ones. It's a cottage cheese color. And I do also use this to line my eyes for anime characters who have big eyes, to make my eyes look bigger. But the number one thing that you can use this for is to go over your eyebrows. So I kind of gently just brush the white color over my eyebrow, and it lightens it. And I also just brush it a bit with the spool, so it's not clumpy in there. In terms of also other cosplay goals for 2023, I really want to do more making my own cosplay costumes. I sort of got in the habit of just buying them. I kind of forgot how fun it is to actually create them yourself. And a lot of my habit for buying them came from the fact that I'm not great at sewing. I have to make a couple more crappy costumes, like my froppy one I made, so that I can learn and get better. So be it. So be it. It got a lot easier to just be able to buy them, because originally, like, when I didn't have too many cosplays, it limited the content that I could make. But I now have a pretty big stockpile of characters I cosplay. There's like 10 now. So I can kind of slow down, in a sense. Wowie. Pink eyebrows. So our first of the 3 questions today comes from my dear friend Isabel. What is your dream character to cosplay? I'm so glad you asked. The like absolute pinnacle dream cosplay I could ever put together is Nyx from Hades, because look at her, but also look at her, the amount of detail and skill needed for that costume. I'm not quite there yet. In terms of like what I'd want to do immediately at the moment, I've been getting back into Genshin Impact recently, which is a huge mistake. I do want to get myself a Traveler cosplay. Honestly, he's my favorite character, which I know is probably basic, but like, he's the best. I also do want to cosplay Zhongling, because I want to do a little Genshin like cooking series as her. Also, she's adorable. The other response that I got on Instagram was from Johnson Wolf Author, who just says, mention Total Recall. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that that's like a book he's written. There you go, John. Do your own publicity. Cushman Armitage asked, what's your favorite series you've done? I'm not exactly sure if they're referring to cosplays I've done. If it's favorite series I've cosplayed from, and it's Arcane. I think Arcane, personally, is like the pinnacle of, it's a cinematic masterpiece. There is nothing I can critique about Arcane. And that is saying a lot, because I am very, very picky. I really want to do a CMB for Cherry. I have a CMB idea for him and Joe that I want to do. But CMBs are a lot of work, as I have discovered through the 2 that I've done. But I might make that CMB when either the OVA or the Sk8 Season 2 is closer to coming out. I'm also adding a little bit of gold to the lid for Cherry, because he does have golden eyes, but my eyes aren't great with contacts. But when I'm not wearing the contacts for the characters and they have very distinct eye color, I like to incorporate it into the eyeshadow a little bit. I think that's kind of all I had to chat about today. I think we'll just cut to a little montage of the rest of the makeup, and I think we're done. And then I will see you in Cherry cosplay. Apologies for screaming children next door, but I need to film an outro. Thank you for watching this kind of messy video. I hope at least it could be entertaining and I could keep you company maybe. Thank you to everyone who supported the channel throughout this whole big rejuvenation, rebrand thing. So if you did enjoy this video, please give it a like and make sure you subscribe for some future Christmas chaotic content coming up. So that's all from me. Bye.